Hi, we're here in sunny Blackpool at the FBU Conference. Today's conference has been debating a number of issues, including the issue of firefighters riding in charge of appliances. The issue was raised by South Wales, and we're joined by Alex, the official who actually debated it at conference. Alex, firefighters riding in charge of appliances, is this a big issue in Wales?
It is an issue, yes. For me, I think it's a massive health and safety issue. It's got some serious implications, potentially. I'm trying to take our members away from that situation and addressing it with South Wales management. They have started to address it, and they realise that the potential risks that FBU members, non-members and their staff could be put in the line of fire.
And what did you ask the Executive Council to do to deal with this issue?
I've asked the Executive Council to produce a statement to stop non-qualified supervisories riding in charge of fire engines. So unless you have a relevant qualification, competency-based training, ongoing, you shouldn't be riding in charge of a frontline water appliance.
We've also had a number of delegates get up and speak on this, so it's clearly not just an issue in Wales. One of them was Jenny Impey from Kent. Jenny, this has been in your brigade, but you found a solution to it.
Yes, our employers tried to introduce this it's a few years ago now, it's about 3 or 4 years ago. And we decided to get on board with negotiations and try to get a better result for our members, because as it wasn't a good idea to be obviously sending firefighters out in charge of appliances without being fully trained and fully supported in that role. So they wanted to do a tick box to try to reach that crew manager level. So we put certain elements in place, and luckily we got all those addressed, and one of them was the first stage, which was the ICS level 1. They had to have that qualification. The second was that they had to be trained managing safely with their IOSH training, so a 5-day course, they had to attend that. Risk assessments had to be put in place as well, so they had to have an annual risk assessment along with other sort of minor elements. But the main was that if they got the acting up role, if they were tipped out to a shout. So we understood that they didn't want to act up all the time, but they were quite happy to get to tick them boxes and get that sorted. Also, they would get the first 2 hours of any standby as a firefighter, but as soon as that they were tipped out to a shout, then they were given the acting up role. And that's what the membership were happy with, and we negotiated that for them.
And how long ago was this actually done?
I think the deal was finalised about 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, but it's all voluntary, and the main thing is that key element was it's voluntary. If you want to do it, some people changed their minds and realised that it was too much for them and that they didn't want to go down that road. So the main thing, that key element was voluntary.
There's a real example of an issue being brought to light at conference, best practice getting shared, and indeed the issue is now going to get dealt with at a national level, with the Assistant General Secretary saying that guidance will be sent out centrally from head office to all brigades. So Alex, thanks Jenny, thanks very much indeed.